Now, I met this gentleman in the park today. You were telling me that you're homeless, right?
Yes, ma'am.
How long have you been homeless?
Since May.
Of this year?
Yes. This is my 7th time.
Your 7th time being homeless?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what is it like being homeless?
Very lonely.
Lonely? Uh-huh. Now, you said you live in the park, right?
No, I come here as much as I can, though. It's free.
Now, how do you protect yourself against the elements?
The clothes I wear, and I have blankets.
Blankets? And that keeps you warm?
Yep.
And what about the rain?
I have a tarp.
Okay. Now, you said you've been homeless 7 times, right?
Yes.
That's a long time to be homeless, right?
Yes.
Now, what led to you being homeless all these different times?
Most of them I was made homeless on purpose.
You prefer being out in?
No,
Or?
it's I just tend to solve problems better when I'm out amongst them, and the city government tries to help me.
You know, I've met a lot of homeless individuals that tell me they prefer being out free instead of being enclosed in a building, you know, apartment. That's just the way they are. They prefer roaming, and this is the way they like to live.
Oh, well, I don't like living this way. Frankly, I would prefer a house, but the only thing they told me that I'd qualify for right now would be an apartment in a high-rise, and I don't want that. I was born in a house, I grew up in a house, and I come from a house. I want to go back to a house.
Okay. Now, you said it's very lonely being homeless.
Yes.
Right? Do you have any friends out in the street?
I have plenty of friends, but I'm 39 years old, and I've never been married or had kids.
Okay.
And I'm still trying to find Mrs. Right out there somewhere and have a family.
Okay. And do you have family in the area?
One brother.
Does he know your situation?
Yes.
And are you close to him?
Kinda.
Kind of? Okay. Now, are you from the area? Were you born around here?
I'm originally from Dayton.
Okay. And what do you want people to know about being homeless?
Do everything you can to avoid it, but if you do become homeless and you're in Middletown, you're in luck, because this town helps people out more than any other I've been to.
Okay. Have you ever stayed in a shelter?
I stayed in a shelter years ago here in Middletown, and they weren't good then, and they're not good now.
So you just prefer being out?
Yeah.
On your own? Okay. Now, you've been homeless a long time. Do you have a fond memory of when you were younger?
Oh, I remember meeting and falling in love with a wonderful woman. And then, like most people, she got stolen away from me time and time again.
Did she take off on you or what?
No, other men would purposely steal her away from me.
Uh-huh.
And then they wouldn't be able to keep her because they didn't love her like I did.
And did she ever come back to you?
Time and time again, she keeps coming back, and time again, there's always external forces that tear her away from me.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe this is somebody that you don't really need in your life. What do you think?
Oh, I definitely need her. She was the only thing that helped me through here recently when my mom passed away from COVID back on December 2nd.
Of last year?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. How devastating was that for you?
It was very difficult because my mom was my roommate.
Okay.
She had her bedroom, I had mine.
Uh-huh.
And we split the bills down the middle, and she passed away, and next thing you know, thugs and hoodlums and fake friends turned my home into a trap house, and
Okay.
I found myself evicted and on the street.
Now, she was sick with COVID. How long was she sick?
Less than a week.
Less than a week? That's how quickly she went?
Hmm.
Now, did you end up getting sick?
I had COVID last spring.
Last spring. And you've been able to stay clear of that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
I basically have the antibodies in my blood already.
Uh-huh. Okay. Now, what do you do about food?
I go to the mission, the Dream Center, and other places like that, and get breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
So you don't have to worry about food, right?
Sometimes, because they're not open every day.
Uh-huh.
So I gotta make sure and have a little stockpile.
Okay.
And I gotta carry that with me.
Now, today you got something from one of the places, right?
Yes.
What did they give you?
Oh, all kinds of stuff. They usually give a Pop-Tart, granola bars,
Uh-huh.
Jello or pudding,
Uh-huh.
peanut butter and crackers, and Vienna sausages.
Now, right now you're staying in this park, or you have shelter somewhere else.
Shelter somewhere else.
Okay, and it covers you from the elements
For the most part.
for the most part. Now, tell me, what is a typical day like for you when you get up in the morning? What's one of the first things you do?
I make it to the nearest tree as quickly as I can,
Why a tree?
because I have to usually pee.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure what you meant by that. Now, once you do relieve yourself, what do you do then? You eat?
I usually see what kind of change I have,
Uh-huh.
and I try to get a cup of coffee so I can wake up.
Okay. So most of your day is spent walking?
Yep.
Now, what do you do in wintertime?
Get cold.
Get cold? Do you have anything warmer than what you're wearing right now?
I have a lambskin leather coat.
Okay. Now, I was asking you earlier, I was sitting here in the bench just kind of communicating with God, and you passed by and we said hi. You started talking to me a little bit. You told me you believe in God, right?
Oh, yes.
He's the one that has been looking after you, right?
For the most part,
Yeah.
I had my share of near-death experiences in the past, and I talked to the man and
Mhm.
explained things to him, and he said that he would let me be the master of my own destiny.
Okay. Now, you said you had some near-death experiences. Can you just share one of them?
Let's see. I was given 2 hot shots in the past.
What is a hot shot?
It's a concoction of all sorts of nasty substances that are put into a syringe
Uh-huh.
and usually either given to a person or forcibly put into a person to stop them from either talking or living.
Now, are these controlled substances that they're putting in you, or was this illegal drugs?
Illegal drugs, controlled substances, and usually a little bit of battery acid.
Oh, okay. And what happened?
I was clinically dead for quite a while, had brain damage and severe memory loss.
Now, who did this to you?
I don't remember.
Was this when you were homeless?
No, this was when I had a home, but the threats follow me.
Oh, okay. But here you are, thanks to God, huh?
Yep.
You're still living and breathing, right?
Oh, yes.
You know, we all have our exit date, right?
Yep.
When we get called away. But yours hasn't come yet. So there's a reason why God's not ready for you just yet, right?
Right. He told me himself that he's not going to let me die until I get my until I achieve my desires in life.
Okay. What are some of your desires?
To have a house, a home, a wife, and kids.
Okay. What is your definition of home? When you say the word home, what does that look like to you?
A house with a fenced-in yard, a car in the driveway, and a couple dogs, maybe even a cat.
Oh,
And
okay.
kids.
You're an animal lover.
Yep.
Okay. Now, all of your possessions, you told me you're carrying in your backpack, right?
Yes.
Is that backpack heavy to carry?
Close to 200 pounds.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Do you ever get tired and you just have to take it off and rest for a while?
Sometimes I feel that way, but I usually keep going.
Uh-huh. Okay.
When I was homeless for the first time, I met this fella that was a power lifter, and he taught me how to do powerlifting.
How old were you when you first became homeless?
Oh, heck. About 18 or 19 years old.
That's young. And how old are you now?
39.
So you have seen a lot in your years, right?
Yes.
You've experienced a lot living
Yes.
outdoors like this, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I asked you if you needed anything, and you said you're pretty much set, right? You've got what you need right now.
Yeah, all except for a home and the woman of my dreams.
And children.
Oh, of course.
And animals.
Yep.
All right, sweetie, I want to thank you so much for stopping and agreeing to share your story, because by you sharing your story, you're educating people, right?
That's the most important thing, someone to learn from what I've experienced.
And I pray that God will continue to look after you when you're out here in the elements. Has anyone ever tried to attack you?
Quite a few times.
Yeah? How did you defend yourself?
Sometimes I ended up getting sucker punched. Like this last time, I usually wear glasses,
Uh-huh.
and I ran into this bully in my old neighborhood, and he sucker punched me 15 times between the eyes and destroyed my glasses, gave me a nosebleed like heck.
Oh, wow. And then he just left you on the ground or what?
Oh, he didn't knock me down or knock me
No?
out, he just made me mad. I would have retaliated, but
Uh-huh.
I thought that stopping the bleeding from my nose was more,
Uh-huh.
was more important.
Was this a homeless person?
No,
Oh, okay.
he was a neighborhood bully.
A neighborhood bully. You need to stay away from those kind of people, because some people, they like seeking out the homeless and doing harm to them.
Oh yeah, there's quite a few of them I found.
Sweetie, I pray that God will continue to look after you on your journeys in life, wherever they find you, if it's in a park or in a house with a roof, walls, a wife, kids, dogs, cats. I pray that He will continue to look after you, all right?
Thank you.
And look, this was just a chance encounter that God put about so that we could stop for a moment in time and share our stories, right? Any last words you want to say?
Learn something from what I've said, please.
Okay. All right, sweetie, I'm going to let you go. It's getting a little late in the day, and I know you have miles to go before you rest, right?
Oh yeah, I usually put on about 30 miles a day.
Oh my goodness. Okay, sweetie, thank you so much. My name is Miss Grace, okay?
Thank you, and God bless you, Miss Grace.
Be safe, sweetie, okay?